Aisha lived in a small peaceful village surrounded by green fields, tall trees, and gentle hills. One bright morning, Aisha noticed that her family's cow, Bella, was nowhere to be found. Her mother, worried, called Aisha over. Aisha, Bella has wandered off again. We need her back before sunset. Can you find her for us? Aisha felt a burst of pride. Don't worry, Mama. I'll find Bella and bring her home, she promised, grabbing her small bag of snacks and a wooden stick before heading out on her quest. Aisha walked down the familiar path that led from the village, but soon the road split into two. To her left, the road curved toward the river. To her right, it led into the thick forest. Unsure which way Bella had gone, Aisha paused and closed her eyes. She listened to the gentle breeze and birds chirping. In the distance, she heard a soft moan. The river, Aisha whispered to herself and quickly headed in that direction. When Aisha reached the river bank, she saw that the water was wider and deeper than she remembered. There was no bridge, and the river rushed swiftly before her. Oh no, how will I cross? She wondered. Just then, a large turtle poked its head out of the water. Need help? It asked kindly. Aisha nodded, feeling both surprised and grateful. Climb on my back, the turtle offered. Carefully, Aisha climbed onto the turtle's wide shell, and it glided smoothly across the river. Aisha waved goodbye to the turtle as she stepped back onto the dry land, her heart full of excitement. The road to the other side of the river led to a thick dark forest. As Aisha entered, the trees grew taller, their branches waving together like a giant roof, blocking most of the sunlight. The forest was filled with strange noises, twigs snapping, leaves rustling, and birds fluttering overhead. Aisha felt a shiver down her spine but kept moving forward, her hand gripping her stick tightly. I have to find Bella, she reminded herself. After walking for a while, Aisha spotted something shining on the ground. She knelt down and picked up a small silver bird. It was Bella's. She must have passed this way, Aisha said, feeling a bit more hopeful. As she continued, a rustling sound came from above, and suddenly, a small monkey swung down from a branch, landing right in front of her. What are you doing here, little girl? The monkey asked, tilting its head curiously. Aisha smiled and explained, I'm looking for my cow, Bella. She's lost, and I'm trying to find her. The monkey scratched its head thoughtfully. I haven't seen a cow, but I can help you look. Aisha was happy to have a new friend, and together they made their way deeper into the forest, calling out for Bella. As they journeyed through the dense woods, they came across a noisy group of colorful parrots, perched high in the trees. The parrots quacked and chattered among themselves, creating quite a commotion. Have you seen a cow come through here? Aisha called up to them. One of the parrots, with bright red feathers, squawked back. A cow? Oh yes, I saw her near the big tree with the twisted roots. Aisha thanked the parrots, and with the monkey leading the way, they rushed towards the tree the parrot had mentioned. When they reached the giant tree, its roots twisted like a maze across the ground, but Bella was nowhere to be seen. Maybe she kept going, Aisha thought. The monkey then pointed to a tall mountain in the distance. We should climb that mountain, the monkey suggested. From up there, we'll be able to see far and wide. Maybe we'll spot Bella. Aisha nodded. Though the mountain looked steep and challenging, but she was determined. The climb was long and tiring. The path became rocky, and at times, Aisha had to use both her feet and her hands to climb. Are you okay? The monkey asked, swinging from tree branches as they went higher. I'm okay, Aisha replied, though her legs were aching. I have to keep going. After what felt like hours, they reached the top of the mountain. From there, Aisha could see the entire forest stretching out before her. She also noticed a meadow far in the distance. Maybe Bella is over there, she said. pointing to the lush green grass. But before heading down, they were met by a wise old owl perched on a rock at the top of the mountain. "What brings you here, child?" the owl asked in a deep, calm voice. Aisha explained her mission, and the owl nodded wisely. "Your cow is in the meadow, just beyond those trees. You have been brave to come this far. Keep going, and you will find her," the owl said. Feeling encouraged, Aisha thanked the owl and hurried down the mountain with the monkey. At last, they reached the meadow. There, among the soft green grass, was Bella, calmly munching on the plants. "Bella!" Aisha cried out, running towards her. Bella looked up, mooing happily as Aisha hugged her around the neck. The monkey clapped its hands in excitement. "We found her!" Aisha smiled, filled with relief and joy. "Let's go home, Bella." As Aisha began the journey back home with Bella, they stopped by the river again. This time, the turtle popped out with a big grin. "You found your cow. I knew you could do it," the turtle said. Aisha smiled and thanked the turtle for its help. With Bella safely following her, they crossed the river and made their way through the forest once more. The monkey waved goodbye at the edge of the woods, and Aisha continued on the familiar path back to her village. When she returned, the sun was beginning to set, casting a warm orange glow over the village. Aisha's family rushed out to meet her, cheering and clapping. "You did it," her mother cried, hugging her tightly. "You found Bella and came back safely." Aisha smiled proudly and said, "I couldn't have done it without the help of some new friends." That night, they celebrated with a big feast, and Aisha felt a sense of pride in herself for being brave and never giving up. As she sat by the fire later that evening, Aisha thought about her journey. She realized that being brave didn't mean she wasn't scared. It meant trying her best, even when things were hard. Aisha smiled, knowing that no matter what challenges she faced, she could handle them with courage and kindness. And with that, she closed her eyes, content with the lessons she had learned on her adventure.